allowing ourselves to acknowledge that we have multiple, countless emotions. It is possible and normal to have more than one very big emotion going on at the same time. I recently watched the movie Inside Out with my grandkids, and I was doing it kind of as a way to give myself a break because it had been crazy and so much activity, and I just wanted to relax. And I had remembered that I enjoyed Inside Out, so why not put something new on instead of Frozen or one of the other ones? If you haven't seen it, in the beginning, opening part, sadness is there. This little girl has moved states with her parents. And sadness is just present. And joy is running around trying to make everything happy. Let's play around. Let's be silly. Let's do this. Let's do that. And she just keeps finding ways to push sadness out of the way and keep everything on the up and up. Everything's fine and we're happy. We're happy. You know we're happy. And at one point she's like, joy or sadness, just stay in your circle. Just over here, stay in your circle. Don't touch anything, because anything she touched would just turn sad. As I'm watching this opening part of this movie, my husband walks into the room and I'm crying. I was so emotional in that moment. And he asked me, honey, what's up? Why are you okay? Why are you crying? What's going on? And I said, I just really feel this way. I really identify with that movie right now. I'm here in this beautiful space and I want to be happy and I want to pull that out and I want to run around and be energetic and excited about everything. And yet there's this sadness that is so very present. There's this other emotion that is very present. And my happiness is trying to push the sadness away and keep it at bay so that I can just do this. But in the same aspect, I really just kind of want to be sad. I kind of want to allow myself to be sad. So I watched the movie and I allowed myself to cry. And the grandkids thought that I was just crying because it was a little bit sad in that moment in the movie. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful thing, a wonderful moment to give to myself. At the very end of that movie, I don't want to give it away, but basically, we learned that it's okay to have multiple big feelings. I learned that I'm always going to have these conflicting emotions. When I'm teaching a class, I often teach them that in your darkest, saddest times, there's always a pinprick of hope. It's the yin and yang. You have that dark side, but there's the circle of light. There is always something hopeful. When you lose something, someone to death, there's always a pinprick of light within that darkness that helps to pull you back out of it so that you can be on the other side. And even on the best days of your life, when nothing can bring you down, there's always that tiny bit of sadness or darkness or weight that you have as a part of you. Allowing ourselves to acknowledge that we have multiple, countless emotions, and we aren't necessarily feeling just one at any given time, I think is a very valuable space to be. I think it's a really wonderful lesson to learn, to recognize that I can be both happy and sad in this moment. I can be happy and thrilled for you in this new journey in your life, and I can be sad for me that you're moving away. I can hold both of those, as wonderful as they are, and by not stomping one of them down, I find a little bit better mental, emotional stability. I get to say, yes, sadness, I see you. And I know why I'm sad, or I know why I'm angry. I know why I'm afraid. I can also say, oh, thank you, gratitude, for helping me see something more. Thank you, peace. Thank you, soothing and joy and balm. Both of these are absolutely valid. Both ends of the spectrum. Everything has an opposite, right? Happy, sad, light, dark, sweet, sour, awake, asleep. Right now, in the fall, some of us may be feeling that sadness that we're losing so much daylight. We might also be able to find a little bit of joy in what is to come. I hope that you, like me, find a little bit of peace knowing that it's okay to have both emotions. It's okay to let myself cry and be emotional, and it's okay to be happy even though the sad thing is going on over here. I can have both. You can have both. You can have them all. And if you name them, sometimes naming them and understanding what that emotion is can help us work through it better, because if we're afraid, we can understand what we're afraid of, why we're going down that path, and if there's anything we can do to make it better. What are we sad about? What are we angry about? Is there anything we can do to make it better? Give yourself a little bit of peace and compassion. Let yourself feel all of the feels, knowing that it'll get better and that it'll be okay. And it is perfectly fine to be all over the place. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again next week.